like
Are
have
we
you
about to jump into Minecraft right now? Is that gonna
yeah, have
happen?
you noticed that
Probably.
Minecraft doesn't have an end world? Like there's no
Nope.
like even though
Not
they
really.
like
At
there
most, there's like the place where you can kill that one dragon, I
yeah, but I'm just
guess.
saying like there's not a point in Minecraft where you go like I've done it. I've mined every single thing in this planet. Like you can't do that. And the fact that that's
You could hypothetically find a diamond within like 5 minutes of playing.
yeah, but and here's the thing: you can find diamond, and then you could search for 3 hours and never find coal. Like you could be literally stuck in that kind of situation because Minecraft is always changing, always evolving, and it's that world that's just like, hey, you conquered this chunk of the world. Guess what? You can still keep moving. You can go 3 hours from your spawn point to another part of the map and mine down, and you'll find something new. And you're like, how the fuck does this world keep going on? And you're like, I don't know, but it's only your world. Other people have different worlds too, and you're like, fuck, this is like the most intensive game. Just
And I'm really happy that games like Minecraft and Terraria exist. If only just because I can finally understand the appeal of somewhat similar games that have existed in the past. These sort of like casual-ish games where you have just a world and stuff happens and there's no ender to it. There's no end to it and no goals or anything. Like say like games like The Sims that have been going on forever. Like whenever I see these things, like I try to play them and I just could not fucking get into it. But now I finally have like my own thing that exists within that realm of like
Yeah.
this game
never
where
ends.
you understand the appeal of this game that kind of just goes nowhere but everywhere at the same time.
Well, it also helps that you have people to play with too. That makes it a lot better.
Yeah, but even then, I probably put like 100 hours into playing Minecraft just single
yeah,
player.
same here.
Just
But
because
I think
it's so freakishly.
I still remember how I
fun.
got into Minecraft, and it was because of a Penny Arcade comic, and it was
When he's like, "Oh shit, I'm punching trees.
no, it was
This
like
makes
no,
wood." Oh.
it was talking. It was when it was I think it was Gabe was talking about like Tycho walked up or no Tycho Gabe walked up to Tycho and was like, so did you try playing Minecraft? He's like, yeah, I tried playing it. He's like, well, what did you think of it? And he's like, it's fucking terrifying. And he's like, and he showed like the comic of like yeah, I spent the first time hour just kind of going around, fucking around, punching trees and shit and having fun. I didn't understand or like punching trees, and I thought it was really fucking stupid. And then nighttime came, and I realized that shit just got real. And it like shows him like sitting in this really fucking shitty dirt house, and there's like a creeper outside of his window.
It says night one, dear diary, zombies are real. I
Yeah.
dug a hole to live in, but this hole is a refuge or a tomb. Night 2, the zombies only come at night, so I wait. But during the day, I build. And then night 3, it's got like a fucking like fortress there. That's everyone's experience with that game.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
and that was my first experience. 'Cause I remember buying it and starting it up, and I was like, where the fuck am I? What do I do? And like all I did was I punched trees and like punched dirt, and I'm like, okay, I guess I get the
Yep.
hang of it. And then like nighttime came and like shit appeared, and I'm like, holy fuck! And I just started like building stuff around me, and I'm like, shit! I'm like, what is going on
It's one of those
outside?
things where people always rag on Minecraft for its fucked up graphics and the way that the sound's not that great. Everything it looks like a terrible game. Then you're playing it and it blows your fucking mind. Basically, like
Yeah.
this is an incredible game, but you can't. It's so hard to explain people to it. And I tried to when I put that one article together a while ago about like Minecraft's like what Minecraft can tell us about storytelling in video games, basically. And 3 people bought the game because of that article. That I just people that I know, let alone like the 1,000 or so people that just read it from that I don't know.
Yeah.
And like because that was my attempt to try to explain this game to people, but like it's really hard to explain this game to someone.
It is
especially
really
since
hard.
most people
It's
that
very
dismiss
hard.
yeah, and especially since most people that dismiss this game are the type of people who will not listen to your explanation for why it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of games where you just have to, like, you have to just let someone play it. You just have to be like, I can't explain it to you. Just play
Play
this
it.
for an
Just
hour
play it.
and tell me what you think about it. And they play it, and they're like, I just want to keep building, and I want to keep, like, exploring this world, but at the same time, I'm terrified because I have to do it in a time limit, and it's just like, yeah, that's the game. Like, the game, like, you start the game, and, like, the first objective that comes up is survive. And then it's like, well, what do I do after I survive?
You build.
There's nothing else after survival. You just keep living.
You just keep surviving.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
keep surviving. You're
And
like,
I
how
tried
could-
to explain to my brother, and he had zero interest in it at all. I just had him sit down and play a single-player level of Minecraft at one point, and he was just fucking around doing whatever. Then the sun's going down. He sort of makes a dirt house, and he just sticks inside of it. He gets bored, so he just punches his way out and starts running around. He's just like fighting creepers with his bare hands, whatever. He's just kind of giggling to himself. And he's like, I'm all tense next to him. Like, I'm like actually nervous while he's doing this shit, and he's like making fun of me for this. But then you hear that sound, and then explosion from behind him instant kills him. He fucking screams. and now he owns Minecraft and Terraria and plays the shit out of them.
Yeah, because then, like, when the first time you lose everything in that game, you're just like, this fucking game took everything from me. This was like you feel like
heartless.
Like you feel like when you die and you have stuff on you, like the world just ended. It just like everything. It doesn't even matter if tomorrow, like if tomorrow everybody has to commit suicide. You're like, fuck this creeper. He took everything from me. This is the only thing that's going on in my mind right now is I need to get my shit back. Like that was my life in my pocket and it's gone now. I'm like,
Ben had that kind of experience earlier today, actually, where it said Ben tried to swim in the lava, basically, as the status update for him dying. He's like, oh my god, my buckets! What am I going to do without my buckets?
There's a real sense of finality in the game that you don't get with games these days. You lose, if you fall in lava especially, you lose your diamond pickaxe, you lose your diamond sword, you lose your diamond armor, and you don't get it back. And Minecraft does not give a fuck. Mojang does not give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. The whole game is based on your merits and what you want to do.
Zero fucks are given in this game.
Yeah,
zero.
No mercy, no fucks. It's
no mercy, no fucks. It's based on what you want to do. If you want to make the game amazing, you can make it amazing. If you want to have no fun at all, you can have no fun at all. It's Minecraft.
It's one of those games.
If you die, you have 5 minutes to get everything that you had on you, or it's gone forever. And if there was lava nearby, it already is.
God, and it's one of those kind of games where you go into a mine shaft and you're like, where the fuck am I? Like you just get lost and you sit there and you realize that for an hour you've been in the same mine shaft not knowing your way out. You find a way out and you're like, oh yeah, there's a fucking world outside of this mine shaft. Like you'll just get lost in certain areas of the world just because that's what Minecraft does. Like you'll be sucked into this world mining for shit. You're like, I got everything, and then you're like, but there's a world outside with enemies and stuff too. I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft it's brutally honest, and it brutally makes fun of you for not realizing that you should play the game like a smart person just because it's pixelated. You come into this game and you're like, oh man, these graphics are ridiculous. I feel like I'm playing a Super Nintendo. And you're like playing it, and then it brutally makes fun of you without saying anything when you walk into a cave and realize you're lost and you'll never find your way back to the surface because you were too dumb to make a tracking system.
And one of the best things lately has been me sitting there, just sitting in my house, just with the chat open while I'm playing Mass Effect, and there's 4 other people online. It's usually like you and Andrew and like Sid and Jake or something, and one of you dies like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking awesome just to watch happen.
It's not fun to experience, I'll tell you that.
No, it's not. I'll tell you that.
Especially when you have Carissa hitting the ground too hard every 30 seconds because she doesn't know what gravity is.
I hadn't been on a while because I've been playing Mass Effect a lot, and I got back on. I was like, where the fuck did all these tree houses come from? Like, who are these fucking people building on trees all day? Like, this is
Everyone
weird.
got so terrified of those creepers hiding in trees and dive bombing and suiciding everybody, so they just started building above them.
Like, I built the tree house because I wanted to like make something that people could like go to. And then I realized, like, holy fuck, there's like hundreds of other tree houses around me. I'm like, what is going on?
The jungle's scary.
Well, it's because the jungle naturally...
I want to fill our
as a
jungle with
kid,
iron golems.
As a child, I was like, if I ever lived in the jungle, I would make a tree house. And, this game allows me to do that. So
I want to just put like 10 iron golems in our jungle to defend it.
Yeah.
Because right now the jungle is scary at night. There's just stuff everywhere killing you.
Damn, I'm waiting for... I'm kind of still mad that it's taking so long for Bucket to update.
Yeah, because it'd be nice to have some updates. But honestly, I think that the server's new enough right now that we can do fine with just having survival for now and not really messing with creative so much.
Well,
just
not just that. It's like there's some elements from Bucket that I wanted to implement in survival mode, like the fact that when you break the bottom of a tree, the rest of the tree comes down and then replants a root there for you.
Yeah.
Just like certain things that would be really...
the size of some of these trees, that would basically mean that there is a sprout on literally every square block of the entire jungle after you break the trees.
Yeah, but the nice part is it comes back. You don't have to worry about replanting. You don't have to worry about the jungle. Just,
Yeah.
And even if creepers blow up your fucking, blow up the tree, it's like it'll come back.
the only thing The only thing I would say about that is it kind of takes away from the realism of the game, but at the same time, it is very convenient. Mining trees can be really tedious sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously
people on our server keep leaving floating treetops.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I hate the fact that I'll walk up to a tree and I look up. I'm like, well, I can't get to the top of that tree. Fuck it. So it's like,
Because that's realism.
Yeah. And so it's just the only thing that worries me is just like I don't want to be in that situation where someone accidentally punches a tree and someone has a treehouse on top of it and suddenly their fucking treehouse is just a floating fucking castle now. It's just like, sorry.
Something interesting I've noticed about the jungle biome is that it's like the swamp biome where it's filled with types of trees that are not naturally occurring. Because the swamp biome is packed with trees that are in water, and you can't plant trees in water. So like as soon as you get rid of those, there's never going to be a tree there again.
Yeah.
And the jungle biome packed with trees that are growing literally in the squares next to each other that are only a square tall, and there's just a giant bush of like tree stuff around them, like the branches and everything. So once I'm going around clearing out all these trees just to get a shitload of wood, then planting everywhere, and I realized that if I do this to the whole jungle, it won't even look like a jungle biome anymore. It'll look like a forest biome because the jungle's filled with types of trees that grow so close to each other that you can't actually have that happen again after you cut them down.
And that was kind of the reason that I wanted to start survival mode in the jungle was because I knew that A, the jungle was a new area that not a lot of people have experienced, and 2, because it's a hard place to survive in. Jungle's not an easy biome to
it'd be a very interesting thing. It'd be interesting just to see the whole biome transform as we play too.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like I knew that the more that people would be there, I wanted to see like the rainforest effect, where like the jungle slowly starts turning, or the forest starts slowly turning into, or the jungle starts slowly turning into a forest, and it's like, or it just starts
trouble there,
or it's starting to just become flat. It's just like a flatlands. You know, because people just start destroying trees, and then they realize, like, oh, now there's only, like, 4 trees left with people's homes on them. And it's like, what fucking happened to the jungle biome we were in? It's like, well, fucking needed wood.
and that's how Minecraft becomes an RPG, because then it totally has, like, a whole cause and effect system.
Minecraft is already an RPG in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Just on, like, the fundamental level of what it means to roleplay in general.
And that's true, but, I mean, it's just one more faceted aspect. Like, I just love that game.
I really do. It's really hard not to just sit there and gush about it all the time.
Yeah. Though I do like the 1.2.3 update, though. It added a lot of cool stuff.
It did.
I know for sure I almost have enough iron. I think I'm like a few away, and I almost have enough iron. I'm going to make an iron golem.
I'm going to start spamming those with my iron.
Yeah, because
I want to fill the forest with like stuff that just slaughters creatures.
Yeah, if you want to come to my tunnel, I have like 3... If you want to come to my love tunnel, if you want to come to my tunnel, there's
oh god,
I have like 3 blocks already because I was like I was like iron golem, and now I have like 3 blocks already. So feel free to take them.
That's the title of this podcast: Mass Effect 3 and the Love Tunnel.
Jesus, it's. You know, it's funny because those iron golems are really brutal too. Like they'll fuck shit up real quick. Like you don't think about it, but like if there's a zombie within a certain rate, like parameter of their point of view, they'll just fucking rush over to it and slap it in the air faster than that zombie can realize.
Here's a question: we have everything in our thing except snow. We need some snow.
There is a snow biome a little bit down.
After playing Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2, I'd be glad to not have any snow.
Wow, is that bad?
Oh god, I'm so done with snow, like as a concept and a word. Fuck everything that's ever been snow. I want to retroactively cease to learn. I want to retroactively cease to know what skiing is because of snow.
Really?
That's bad.
Yeah. Alright, we should probably call it a night for this podcast. We're closing in here on 2 hours.
Yeah, well.
Whoops.
What'd you do?
What?
Oh, you said whoops.
No, I mean just because the time.
Oh.
We should probably
Oh, well. Whatever. Podcast's a podcast. We haven't had one in a long time, so it's good.
Yeah, we'll have to try to do this more often now that we got 3 people, and it just flows better.
Yeah, there's a lot more to talk about.
and I'll get a camera so people don't
Yeah.
think I'm just like a still
so,
image.
so people aren't staring at like a Pokemon or something whenever this like pixelated picture in the corner is.
Well,
A wild black man appears.
I'll probably see you guys on Minecraft.
Yep, I'll
Alright.
probably see you on Minecraft, and then.
Yeah, let's cut this off.
All right, guys.
All right, see
Alright.
you guys.
Oh, see you.